Hello everyone and welcome back to our little farm in Serenity Springs. We are in on episode number 3 today, and we will have a look first of all at what we did in the last episode. We built this little petting zoo area here with the, oh my god, what was it called? The hill Rednor sheep, I think, and the alpine goat. You can already see we do have lots of people in here that are enjoying our new petting zoo area. I hope the animals do enjoy it as well. What I noticed, we had a little bit of a problem, I think, in the last episode, that our guests didn't interact with the animals. So I'm going to tell you guys, you might know it already, but for all of you that don't know it already, these hand sanitizer stations that we do have in the game, you have to use them for those petting zoo areas. You have to use them inside the paddock. So you have to put them not on the outside of the petting zoo area. That's what I did because I thought this was the logical way to place the thing. You have to put it inside of your petting zoo area. Only this will make it happen that your guests will interact with the animals. Otherwise, if you leave those hand sanitizer stations outside of the petting zoo, your guests will only walk on the path inside the walkthrough habitat and won't interact with your animals at all. So place those hand sanitizer stations inside the habitat and everything will be fine, and you will see the interactions of your guests and the animals. One further thing to say that is also very important for you guys to know: if you build something like a petting zoo area for your animals and for your guests, you can actually select how many of your guests will be able to go into the walkthrough habitat. I don't know if this was a thing in the past as well, if it was possible, but yeah, in this case it is possible. Just click on the walkthrough gates and there you have the option that you can select how many of your guests will be able to go in there. So you can't decide between the actual numbers of the guests, but you can say if there's only a few that can go in there, if there's many that can go in there, so that you have at least a little bit of regulation in there, so that your animals won't be too stressed. This might also be a great option for some of you guys. I don't know if it is possible when you have some walkthrough habitats for your flamingos or for your lemurs that are easily stressed when too much guests are in their habitats. So if you can change that in the settings as well for those walkthrough habitats, then just do it and you will have more happy animals and more happy guests in your zoos. So, but with all of that being said, we are starting into today's episode, and there's a lot of things going to happen in today's episode. But before we get into that, you know what time it is right now? Yeah, it's the perfect time for you guys to hit the like button for this video and also to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any further episodes on this channel, whether it is Serenity Springs, if it is Bahati Park, or Glacier Glades, or all the future projects on this channel. You know about them because I'm always talking about those. So, in today's episode, as I said, there's a lot going to happen, there's a lot we're going to create. We are going to fill up all the space that you can see here right next to our petting zoo area with the sheep and the goat. First of all, we are going to have a chicken coop. I know, I called it chicken scoop in the last episode, which was wrong and I think a little bit weird as well. Yeah, it's a chicken coop, and we are also going to have a little habitat outside of that. Not too big, and it's not going to be another walkthrough habitat. I think we are not going to have another walkthrough habitat in here for all of the other animals that are still missing. So we do have the Scottish Highland cattle that is still missing, and also the alpaca and the Tamworth pig. But I don't think that we are going to have another walkthrough habitat. You can let me know in the comment section what you think about that, but I thought of something different for those animals. But yeah, back into today's episode. As I said, chicken coop, little habitat outside for the chicken with a little bit of decoration as well. By the way, the fence that I built here is going to disappear in a few minutes. Because I didn't like how it looked. I wanted the whole habitat to be a little bit bigger, and so I deleted it afterwards and built it anew. Yeah, so back once again. I don't know how often I already started with this. We're having the chicken coop. We're going to have a little bit of a planting area, a little bit of a field where we are going to have vegetables. Like the new ones that we got with the animal pack, and yeah, and after that, I think I mentioned it in the last episode as well, I was thinking about a little playground for the children, and that is also something that is going to happen in today's episode. So yeah, be excited for that. But first of all, let's take care of our chicken in here. So yeah, as I said, I wanted to have this little building. It's not big enough so that we actually could put in some of our stuff buildings in here. You know, we do have them still placed at the beginning of our zoo without any decoration around them, because I told you guys that we are going to do it episode by episode to fit them into some kind of a building that we are going to build in those episodes. But that's not going to happen in today's one, in this one, because yeah, it's just too small to fit it in. So that is something that's going to happen in the next 3 or 4 episodes, I think. No, I think it's going to be 3 more episodes until this series is going to be finished. So maybe 1 building per episode. That would be completely fine, as we do have 3 buildings on the outside. So we're definitely going to have a shelter for the pigs, for the cattle, and for the alpaca. That's going to be big enough to fit those buildings in, so that we are all set at the end of that. Yeah, I was googling once again about some chicken coops, and I had a pretty hard time because many of them were very, very, very small. So I found this one on the internet that I'm building right here, and I thought this would be a great idea because I love the combination of the indoor habitat for the animals and also the little outdoor area with the mesh fence, and also having a complete uncovered outdoor area for the animals as well. Yeah, try to make a little bit of interior in here as well, because you know, yeah, chicken, like many of the birds, love to sleep on an elevated area because they do feel more safe when they are not completely down on the ground, where animals like predators like fox or something can catch them, or even martens. So they like to be on a little elevated area where they can't get to them. That is a habit that many birds do have. Yeah, so they can sleep safe without any fear. Yeah, I was looking for some pieces that I could put here for some kind of a ladder where the animals could walk up there. And then a friend told me to use those wooden beams that we got from the Tropical DLC that I'm using right here, that are perfect for those. And are also recolorable so that they would match perfectly in here. Yeah, so now that we are already almost 2 weeks in the new DLC, and we already do know that it is not been the last DLC that we are getting for Planet Zoo, because they are cooking up something for the future. As they told in the Frontier Unlocked 2 weeks ago, 1.5 weeks ago, they said something about a new animal pack that they are working on right now. So I'm very excited for that. I hope it's going to be something like the Barnyard, the Barnyard animal pack, because I really like the idea of having lots of new animals, like the 7 animals that we do have in this DLC, alongside some of the building materials, scenery pieces and stuff like that. I really do enjoy that. I don't need that much of new building stuff if it is great stuff that we are getting. So like all of the pieces that we got in here with the Barnyard Animal DLC, because many of those, like the hay pieces and also the fences, are so great to use for any other animal that we do have in the game and for any other build that we do have. So yeah, I wouldn't mind if we get more of that in the future as well. So what I was trying to do in here, and having a little bit of a problem, was to create something like a feeder for the chicken. That is something you might have seen in real life as well, where you have this kind of I have to Google it once again. Is it called pot? Just give me a second. Yeah, where you have this kind of a bucket on top of a feeding platform, so that the animals can have the food all around the bucket, and once they finished it, the food from on top of the bucket will pour down so that they do have constant food in there. I hope it makes sense, like I tell you what I mean. Yeah, a little bit of dirt on here as well to make it look a little bit more realistic. I was also using those wood pieces from the Tropical DLC for the inside of the building here, because I really like the texture of them. And as I said in the beginning, they are recolorable like those wooden beams as well, so they were a perfect match. Yeah, and I think our building is finished right now, so we can get into the decoration for the animals and place down some enrichment for them as well. I thought it would be a great idea to replace the water pump here with the one that we got in the DLC for the scenery pieces, but yeah, unfortunately it was another match. The water pump was a little bit too small to replace the one that we do have here for the enrichment item, which is a shame, but yeah, it is what it is. Just having some decoration in here as well, because that would be perfect for a chicken habitat And actually, I think I said it in the showcase for the Barnyard Animal Pack. If you place some of the hay pieces in there, the chicken are able to jump on that and sit on that, which is pretty cute. So not too many plants in there, because chicken would completely destroy them. And that is something that I noticed as well. Within the last few episodes of all of my series here on YouTube, where I'm building habitats for animals, I'm not using the short grass that much anymore. For most of my habitats I'm using the dirt and the sand color, because that's way more realistic, because there are not that much animals that don't feed on the grass or that are not I have to Google once more. Yeah, that are not digging, feeding on the grass, or digging on the ground and destroying the whole plants on there. So yeah, that's what I enjoy the most right now, to just have dirty habitats, let's call it that way, and have some plants in between. And those aquatic rocks, I enjoy really just sinking them into the ground, so that they do stick out just a little and give it more of a natural vibe, like I do here with the planting area, where I put in all the new plants and vegetables that we do have from the new DLC. I also wish we would have smaller billboards than this one right here. So I could have one in every row of this and just write down what kind of vegetable it is. But with those huge pieces, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, the cauliflower and the carrots are not new, but I wanted to have them in here. And I know I forgot about the leek that we do have also with all the new stuff from the new DLC. I don't know why, but yeah, I just forgot about it. I could have used it here in the back instead of the corn, but yeah. Some more rocks around here. Yeah, and the plan is that we are going to have the pigs on the right of our petting zoo area, and on the back when you are going to leave the petting zoo, not in the direction of our restaurant, but on the other side where the chicken coop is, we are going to have the habitats for the alpaca and for the Scottish Highland cattle. And I think after that we are done. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section as well what would be missing here in our little ranch or our little farm. What do we need to have else in here? So as I said, we do have the petting zoo area, we do have the chicken coop, we do have the small field here with the vegetables, we do have a playground. So let me know what else we need to have here to make it look realistic. We do also have the barn here with the restaurant and stuff like that. So if there is anything you guys want to see added to our little farm or our little ranch, then let me know in the comment section. Yeah, the first thing that came to my mind by thinking about a playground for the children here was this swing that I wanted to build. Just a classical one with those wooden beams around it so that it matches the whole area. Just a little sand color around it. And then we are going to have the next item for our playground, which is going to be a seesaw. I hope that is really what it is called, but I think it might be. And I was stunned when I saw how many different tires we do have in the game. I didn't even notice that we do have that much. So like this big ones here that I was using for the seesaw, I think I have never seen them before. But I really do like them. They almost look like the enrichment items for the elephants and bears, where you can use them in the water, or the hippos as well. So yeah, they are pretty great. But as I said, I've never seen them before. And to be completely honest, I didn't have any usage before that. Yeah, here I was thinking about the gravel path in between, because I thought that would look pretty cool, but then in the end I decided no, we're going with the natural path and just putting the grass color around it so that nobody would see that, so that it would look natural that our guests walk into the playground, especially the children, and it would work out fine in the end. You can see it in the real-time part at the end of the video. That some of our guests are actually walking in here. Well, not because they wanted to interact with the playground here. That is, unfortunately, it is not possible to do that. But just because it is a shorter path towards the chicken, and they could get closer to the chicken as well on that side. Yeah, and the last thing that I was building was this climbing structure here with a slide. And you might have seen that in Brooksburg Zoo as well, where I built the playground. You can also find it on the Steam Workshop. I uploaded it there, so you can have it in your zoos as well, where I created something similar and using the same pieces. I hope it is the correct word that I'm using right now. You can see what piece I'm going to use for the slide, which is the clamp. I hope, yeah, I really do hope it is the correct word. If it is not, please let me know in the comment section. Just use this one with the 3D font that we do have in here. Just copy it and rotate it a little bit so that you actually get the shape of a slide. Which I think it is the perfect piece to build a slide, to make it look realistic. And if you color it in gray, it looks almost like yeah, a metal slide. I think what I forgot to do is to record how I created the support pieces for this, because you actually would need to have some support of it, that it don't crash into the ground. But I built some support pieces in here. Yeah, creating a ladder on this side where the children could actually climb up there. also by using the wood pieces from the Tropical DLC. They just have a pretty nice texture and fit so well for this. And my favorite plank, the Australian one. I'm also going to cover up those stairs. I think you might see it in the end of the video when we're doing the real-time part. Also having a hard time to find the perfect roof in here, so in the end I decided we're going to have the same roof like we do have for the chicken coop and for all the other buildings that we do have in here. Which made the most sense to do that like this. Yeah, and here we go. Just a little bit more sand. And then the only thing that is left to do is just a little planting around here. I also was thinking about well, let me say about a sandbox in here for the children, and then I thought no, sandbox wouldn't make that much sense because I don't think that I did see sandboxes in zoo playgrounds. I just don't know why, but I think sandbox is more something like when you go to a playground with the children that is outside of yeah, something like a zoo or something, where you just bring your toys with you, where the children actually can play in there. And I think that might be the reason there are no sandboxes in zoos. Or are there actually? I don't know, I don't have any children, and yeah, I didn't have a look at it, but yeah, you can tell me if this is really a thing. Yeah. But we are already done, and here we are in the real-time part, just having a look at what we created in today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did so, let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any further episodes here in Serenity Springs, where we are going to start to build the next habitat for the Tamworth pig next week. So I hope you guys will join me. So, take care, see you then, bye!